Namaskar. I extend my heartful gratitude to the Indian Mission for hosting my talk in commemoration of the 150th birth anniversary of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the Iron Man of India. The talk highlights his immense contributions to India's struggle for independence and national integration. This special occasion rekindles the spirit of unity across India, an ideal that Sardar Patel so powerfully envisioned. Sardar consistently demonstrated a high moral ground in leadership throughout his life, whether in his profession as a lawyer, championing the nationalist cause, as a politician, or as a committed Democrat whose integrity and skill inspired unwavering loyalty. His strength lay in practical determination and sound judgment. His programs of action were not theoretical but firmly rooted in administrative and executive realities. His regional roots shaped a leadership style that remained influential during the long period of non cooperation and continues to hold considerable relevance in resolving significant political challenges in contemporary India. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel possessed an independent and discerning mind, unwavering in his ability to challenge colonial authorities. As a lawyer, his sharp judgment and legal acumen enabled him to identify flaws in opposing arguments with precision. His leadership was defined by action rather than rhetoric, whether in personal interactions or the broader realm of politics. A far sighted, sensible, and decisive leader, he understood the limits of possibility and delivered results with practical wisdom of knowing what was possible to achieve. Sardar Patel's pioneering leadership style, deeply rooted in Indian culture, was marked by effectiveness and a commitment to national progress. Born on October 31st, 1876, in Nadiad in Gujarat, into a patidar landowning family, Patel inherited values of solidarity, respect for elders, and reverence for extended kin. These are all hallmarks of his community. These traits shaped his leadership style, which combined personal integrity with institutional strength. His vision for a united India, driven by nationalism and pragmatic governance, laid the foundation for the country's transformation from colonial poverty to sovereign prosperity. He achieved this because of his mastery of personal leadership and institutional management. From his mother, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel inherited a deep spirit of service, along with a lifelong commitment to cleanliness and order. These values shaped his disciplined approach to life and leadership. From a young age, he displayed remarkable responsibility, courage, and a strong sense of justice. His eloquence, debating style, and the skills and ability to identify weakness in opposing arguments made him a formidable presence even in his school days. Patel's warrior like spirit and relentless drive against injustice defined his role in India's freedom struggle. He possessed extraordinary persistence, fearlessness, and physical strength, which enabled him to endure hardships and lead with bold conviction. His valedictory message at independence captured his belief in moral strength over military might. And I quote, "Freedom was not won by the sword and will not be protected by guns alone. Internally, it is the honest core of people and the true realization of the responsibilities of a free citizen that alone can save freedom." Unquote. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel's legacy is defined by his pivotal role in unifying India after independence, especially through the integration of princely states. His sharp negotiation skills, administrative acumen, and unwavering commitment to national unity earned him the title Iron Man of India. As a leader from a rural background, his contributions to satyagraha and nonviolent civil disobedience movements were both pioneering and profound. Patel's inclusive and goal oriented approach, marked by total dedication and clarity of purpose, set a benchmark in public service and nation building. In the post independent India, Sardar Patel emerged as an astute leader and an insightful statesman and the unifier of modern India. As a nation builder, his unrelenting efforts towards the unity of the country brought success. A man of iron will and absolute fearlessness, integrated princely Indian states into the Indian Union. He is one of the prestigious leaders of the world who became immortal by uniting a scattered nation without any bloodshed. He took over as the nascent nation's deputy prime minister and the home minister at a very crucial juncture in history and devoted himself wholeheartedly to ensure that the country, which was already partitioned, remained intact and united. Sardar Patel may be regarded as an epitome, as a man who expressed the national consensus in practice, who symbolized and enacted Indian values. He was also known for his composure and determination to uphold law and order throughout the country. He judged people instantly and had the courage to reprimand the erring. Sardar Patel did so judiciously, though treating everyone with the same yardstick, and his helping hand reached high and low alike. A self taught legal mind, Sardar Patel aspired to become a barrister and began his journey by practicing law independently, saving diligently to study in England from 1910 to 1913. He rose to prominence as a criminal lawyer, known for his fearlessness, penetrating cross examinations, and deep grasp of human nature. His success, winning over 90% of his cases, stemmed from meticulous preparation, strategic insight, and an iron resolve. His courtroom prowess, especially in dismantling tough witnesses, earned him widespread respect and established him as a formidable figure in India's legal and political landscape. In 1917, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel entered municipal politics in Ahmedabad and swiftly established his authority. His iron will, strategic acumen, and unwavering commitment to public service marked him as a leader of exceptional courage and integrity. Through meticulous planning and a firm grasp of facts, he consistently outmaneuvered opponents, earning respect for his administrative efficiency and dedication to civic welfare. That same year, Patel, then 42, met 48-year-old Mahatma Gandhi for the first time at the Gujarat Political Conference in Godhra. Gandhi's remark, and I quote the remark: if we are unable to run our village administration skillfully, honestly, and justly, how can we justify our demand for the independence of our country? Unquote. This sentence deeply resonated with Sardar Patel, whose rural upbringing and successful civic leadership in Ahmedabad exemplified those very ideals. The people of Gujarat began to see in Sardar Patel a rising national figure, an unrelenting crusader, a capable administrator, and a master negotiator. In 1917, Mahatma Gandhi's successive victories in three satyagrahas left a profound and lifelong impact on Sardar Patel. These movements stirred a mind that was resolute, analytical, and guided by reason. Mahatma Gandhi's transformation of Lokmanya Tilak's political mantra, and I quote, "Freedom is my birthright, and I will take it at any cost," unquote, into a mass movement resonated deeply with Sardar Patel. For Sardar Patel, the Champaran Satyagraha in Bihar marked the dawn of a new agrarian revolution. As a son of the soil, he was deeply moved by Mahatma Gandhi's commitment to rural India and his method of satyagraha. This pivotal moment drew Sardar Patel closer to Gandhi's ideology and methods, shaping his own path as a leader committed to justice, grassroots empowerment, and principled political action. Thus, Sardar Patel became Mahatma Gandhi's chosen deputy commander, and henceforth it was his support in planning and implementation which was the most significant contribution to the various satyagraha in India. Sardar Patel gave Gandhiji his intellectual brilliance, unstinted loyalty of a devoted, self sacrificing disciple endowed with extraordinary organizational ability. Sardar Patel successfully led the Kheda Satyagraha of 1918 in Gujarat. He was instrumental in fortifying Mahatma Gandhi's non-violent movement by building a disciplined cadre of satyagrahis and enforcing party discipline with resolute firmness. As Gandhi's trusted lieutenant, he was the only disciple empowered to independently lead satyagraha, beginning with the Kheda campaign. His leadership came to the fore during Gandhi's imprisonment in 1922, when Patel fearlessly steered the civil disobedience movement in Gujarat, earning national recognition for his unwavering commitment. Between 1923 and 28, Patel led several impactful satyagrahas, including the Flag Satyagraha, Borsad Satyagraha, and Bardoli Satyagraha, or nonviolent movements. The Bardoli Satyagraha, in particular, showcased his strategic brilliance and deep empathy for the agrarian community. Confronting unjust tax hikes, he united 80,000 villagers in peaceful resistance, earning the title Sardar from the people. His ability to mobilize grassroots support and maintain non-violence, even under British repression, marked a turning point in India's freedom struggle. Patel's role in the 1930 Salt Satyagraha further highlighted his foresight and organizational acumen. He prepared villagers for the protest and faced imprisonment for his efforts. His leadership exemplified the power of collective nonviolent resistance and the principle that oppressive regimes collapse when people withdraw consent. Admired for his tireless spirit and ability to maintain unity, Patel's legacy remains a cornerstone of India's journey to Swaraj. Sardar Patel's powerful speech at the August 8, 1942 meeting in Bombay marked his defining contribution to the Quit India movement. He rallied the nation with clarity and conviction, urging nonviolent resistance despite threats and criticism. Declaring it the final struggle for independence, he affirmed, and I quote, "We won't tolerate our slavery even for a moment," unquote, inspiring Indians to rise with courage and unity. Most of Sardar Patel's speeches carried a personal appeal. He understood his audiences and used rhetoric to build common purpose, but his leadership was defined more by action than words. After India's independence, Sardar Patel emerged as a visionary leader and the architect of national unity. With unwavering resolve, he peacefully integrated princely states into the Indian Union, earning global recognition as a statesman of rare courage. As Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister, he played a pivotal role in preserving the integrity of a newly partitioned nation. The last British Viceroy of India, Mountbatten, wrote on 19 June 1948, before his departure from India, about Sardar Patel's leadership, and I quote, "There is no doubt that by far the most important achievement of the present government is the unification of the states into Dominion of India. Had you failed in this, the result would have been disastrous." He further added, "No one has given you adequate recognition of the miracle which you and your faithful VP Menon have produced. Nothing has added to the prestige of the present government than what you have followed with the states." Unquote. Sardar Patel embodied the spirit of a servant leader with exemplary traits: foresight, fearlessness, and deeply committed to India's independence. Guided by truth and justice, he made decisions with clarity and conviction, balancing transparency with a sharp sense of humor. His persuasive ability and unwavering focus on public welfare made him a master organizer and a source of enduring inspiration. Patel's precise understanding of his goals played a vital role in shaping the independence movement and the consolidation of a united India. Time magazine called Sardar Patel as the boss on 27 January 1947. The Time magazine cover story underlined Sardar Patel's reputation overseas as one who had the unique ability to solve what appeared to be nascent India's difficult problems. As an administrator, Sardar Patel was a class by himself. His democratic spirit gave his officers the full freedom to express their views without fear or restraint. Patel's greatness as an administrator was born of his personal qualities. His lightheartedness and humor would help others reach decisions with composure. He was also known as having a photographic memory and always stood by his officers. The administrator in him was conscious of others' status. He had an immense capacity for listening and listening patiently and carefully before he made up his mind. And thereafter, he was like a rock as he moved inflexibly into action. Sardar Patel's life is an inspiration for everyone, and the nation gratefully remembers his tremendous selfless contribution as he devoted himself to his various tasks till the end of his life. And his achievements have been so great as to have left indelible footprints on the sands of India's history. I once again take this opportunity to thank the Indian Mission for hosting the talk on the occasion of National Unity Day and in observance of Sardar Patel's 150th birth anniversary. A special thanks to each one of you who has joined me today. Your presence and engagement made this occasion truly meaningful. Namaskar.